Hello, welcome back. This is, you'll be thankful to know, the last episode in our series of the worst games in our collection. We've meticulously gone through our entire collection. We've fished out all of the floaters from the toilet bowl and we're presenting them to you in all their heavenly glory. So let's crack on with the Purge. Bollocks! So the first game is Queen's Necklace. This is a game by Bruno Fedduti and Bruno Cafala. I really like Bruno Cafala's games, but the problem with this is that whenever I see the Queen's Necklace, I always think of something in a really cheap porno movie. The art on this is really nice. It's like a take that sort of game. But I remember when we first played this, my wife said she hated it, and I've never been able to get it back to the table since. So with that in mind, it's going to the great porno fitter in the sky. Here's a game that should have been pretty good. It's a decent racing game with some really fantastic components. The only problem with this one is that you have to sit at certain angles to each other, and it ruins the game because you're going to be using the same cards as the other people. It's a deeply flawed game that should have been so much better. There's a reason why this isn't a bargain bin, and it's a real shame because the premise of this one is actually pretty good, but it's just a waste of plastic and cardboard, and I lament the death of the trees that were used in the production of this turd. So this next one is Krosmaster Arena. This is a game that uses those chibi miniatures. We picked it up in German and it's just a massive pain in the arse. We had to fill the blocks with decorator's cork because they just didn't stay together. The game walks you through the rules. They're really dense. There's a scenario-based game, and I'm not really a big fan of these games where you to learn the rules as you go along, because when you put the game away and you come back to it years later, you're going to have to do it all over again. So whilst this might look nice, it's like a lot of board games. It's style over substance. And yeah, Krosmaster Arena. Sorry, mate. Fucking hate you. Here's a game that we bought through novelty value only. It's the Superstar Showdown. I mean, can you name any of these wrestlers on here? I don't think so. All of the famous wrestlers were omitted from this game. It's another Gale Force 9 disaster area. This is one of them games that maybe I should keep and come back to in about 20 or 30 years time, just so I can laugh at the geezers on the box. But it's taken up valuable space. It's a game that I'm never, ever going to play again. Yeah, it might be of use to somebody, but it's not of any use to me. It's a game that we were sent to do a review copy. We played it a number of times just to get a review out of the way, and whilst it's a pretty decent game, it's just stuffy and stale. And I don't know, I just found it to be a little bit boring after you played it about 5 or 6 times. So yeah, it's a game about Charles Darwin going around the Galapagos Islands and taking notes and stuff like that. It's all right, but I don't know, it's better off in a school or something like that and not in the board game collection of a self-confessed football hooligan. Just kidding. There's a party game called Guess the Mess. We got this at the time when we were banging to party games like Time's Up. We just discovered Time's Up and we thought we'd get another one of these R&R games. And I just can't remember what this was all about. It's just one of them games that you sort of pick up on the cheap and it just sits there until you decide to make one of these purging videos and it becomes the victim of your frustration and rage. So there you go. Here's a dexterity game that we picked up. It's called Pool Party. This isn't that bad. You've got this funny contraption that's on like a spring type thing, and you'll be trying to flick these plastic things into the pool before everybody else. It's actually quite a fun game, but the problem is that over time these split, and a couple of these have split, and as such somebody's going to be left with the split ones and they're going to be sort of bursting into tears saying that the game's completely unfair. And I suppose it is. It's a good game for kids. My kids enjoyed this one, but there comes a time when you just don't want to upset your kids any more than they usually get upset. So the final game we're going to get rid of. Deep breaths, everybody. It's been a slog, but it's finally come to an end. And this is one that is going to make you shit yourself because it's Summoner Wars. Oh my God, he's getting rid of Summoner Wars. Yes, I'm getting rid of Summoner Wars. This, I can't stand this piece of crap game. I've played this with my son, I tried to like it, and it just looks awful. There's something horrible about pushing cards around a map that look like this. I mean, what the hell is this? This looks like it's a rain cloud in a box, right? Okay, the game might be okay. I've tried my best, but the problem is that there's so many different factions available. Trying to find the one that you like the most and playing enough games of this to even get close to exploring all the different nuances of the game. We just haven't got time for it. And the fact it's a two-player game, we don't usually play that many two-player games. I've done a review of this, I trashed it then, and people got mad about it. And I said, well, maybe you need a second edition. I've come out with a second edition, and I've got no desire to even bother with that one. So yeah, Summon of Wars is the final game that we are going to get rid of. Right, so that's the end of that. That's all of the games that we are going to get rid of this year. Did you agree with any of the games on our purging list? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this funny, or if you found it really annoying, then just subscribe anyway, because subscribers means that I can massage my ego even more than I normally do. So yeah, we'll get back to the normal reviews and we'll try and annoy you that way. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for holding my hand through this itinerary of pain and suffering. See ya next time.